Happy the fact they came out, played well, and that's can you think a much better way to start the tournament?
No, I felt like we did miss a couple shots early. That first 2-3 minutes, I don't think we were nervous. I just didn't think we played real well, and that's when I took Derek out and I said, we got to do a little bit more, and brought Gary over, and what are we doing? And then we responded, and we got the ball inside, outside, and then our defense got better and better and better, and we did go through a 7-8 minute stretch. I didn't think they had a good look at all, and we got to get our break going a little bit too because of the missed shots, and I thought that was a big difference in the game.
Do you think Derek would get shots like that against a team that traps like that?
Well, I didn't think so, to be honest with you, but what started happening when he had a couple kickouts to Gary early, and then BJ had that kick out to Trav. I mean, we hit 4 threes in kind of a weird time, and then that makes you have to adjust defensively yourself. But they did a great job. They trapped the first time, and the other teams we played that trapped us during the year, that made us go away from getting it in there. This time we went back to it a lot, and we kind of said reverse it, and we'll get them on the other side. And so we did a better job. The players did a better job, and consequently we looked better.
So were they not doubling the repost? I mean, it looks like most of your inside.
Yeah, they didn't double the repost, or when we cut it from side to side, they didn't double as much. And it's hard to do because players are in different positions. It's a pretty basic set, whatever we're in, when they come and they can see it happening. But once you get out of that first one and you kick it out, now you got guys all over the place, and it's a little harder to double from certain areas. And I thought the other thing Nick's did a great job of, which he hasn't, is got it deeper. He got it in the post, and a couple times that he tried to get it outside and be Magic Johnson, there were some tragic things that happened.
Tom, a lot of the guys were saying in the locker room to us after the game that they were kind of motivated in playing for Nick since he's the only senior and this is his last go-round. And then with the performance he puts up, I mean, can those two things work hand in hand?
Well, they can if we continue to learn from them and we grow from them. I was concerned that they had 7 seniors and 2 juniors on that team, that concerned me a lot. But it's kind of nice to hear that. It's kind of nice to hear guys wanting to play for somebody. I think that's what this thing is all about, and that's what this tournament's all about. That's why there's so many great human interest stories in this tournament year after year after year, because those kind of things happen. But hopefully this will give Nick a shot in the arm, because I did get on him a couple times hard about some things, and he responded instead of, I thought AP struggled with that a little bit today, but at the end, he was one of the guys in the locker room that spoke up, and I just can't take your foot off this accelerator right now, because in one and done time, they just got to start understanding that the mistakes are okay, but that's why you play the 30 games, so that you have less of them when you get here, because if you have many here, you don't play anymore.
Do you think they took a step toward that today?
I do. Listening to them in the huddles at the end when they were kind of getting on each other, I do, because in the locker room, I thought they understood it, and it was a businessman's-like approach, which we had to do. I mean, we knew that on paper, and I told them this morning, on paper we're better than Valpo. I mean, we know that, but upsets happen in 2 ways. Either guys don't come ready to play because they're thinking they're better, or the 3-point shot. And I thought Valpo could give us both, and at least we came ready to play.
You said you have to keep your foot on the gas, but are you able to appreciate how this team is growing up?
Not right now, I'm not. I mean, I did a few times when guys responded, like BJ and Derek, but it's one game. After this weekend, I'll be able to answer that a little bit better. How we play, what do you do now when you had some success? How do you handle the hotel when we go back? Are we glued into the video room? Are we be glued into the phones? That's going to be the big thing now.
How much more athletic are you when Dawson gives you stuff like that?
I mean, I think that's the difference in our team. That's why I said, as good as we got a chance to get better with some guys, I still think, and I said it, Brandon Dawson is one of the biggest keys, because he has a ceiling that he has not touched yet. Some of those other guys have done it at times, but Brandon hasn't been there yet. And it's a stupid little spin move and things like that, but it showed me that his balance is coming back, and that's what he's been really struggling. He went up and got a couple of rebounds. He made some great passes. He had 3 assists and no turnovers. I just thought he felt more comfortable, and he had as much energy as anybody in those huddles. And boy, I really enjoyed that about him.
Tom, you've been on two guys here where you had to wait till late Friday night to play, just to get this done, first game of the whole tournament.
You know what? I said part of me would rather play Friday, Sunday because I like the Thursday to watch games and kind of get your team into to say, hey, there was a big upset there, and let them know. But those Friday night, or my first one, it was almost a 10 o'clock game against Eastern Michigan. You know, we got home, there was nobody left in the stands but my wife and parents, and we got back to the hotel like 1:30 in the morning. This is going to be a little better. I'll get to watch a little bit of this game, go back and actually study film without using toothpicks. You know, it'll be kind of good.
With the
Any
phones at home,
concern-
Tom, or guys like talking more on the bus, you notice it's like more human interaction.
I did. I mean, I swear to God to you, the most, you know what, for some reason, I said the other day, you know what, when we go out to eat, we're not taking the phones. When we go here, we're not taking the phones. So we went to practice, and I tapped my assistant. I said, you want to hear something crazy? Listen. It was like a bunch of, no insult, no, but like a beauty parlor, you know, where everybody had their hair dryers on and we're yapping, you know, and maybe the men do that too now because, you know, we're in beauty parlors too. Except for you, Drew, you haven't had that haircut right. But anyway, you know, in all fairness, I was amazed. And it was enjoyable, and that's going to still be my crusade, as you guys know.
And any concern, real quick, with Keith and the knee? It looked like he was
a little bit. They say it's tendonitis, so it's nothing. It's nothing else. But he was sore. I mean, he did not look the same the second half. But after the game, he said he's going to be okay. I just think a little tendonitis, got to get a little treatment, and I think he'll be okay.
All right, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tom.
Appreciate it, guys.